All right. Only 20 minutes late, this hangout is live.
There we go. Now I can slouch and still be in frame.
Always important.
I like putting it up higher so that I have to sit up straight, or else I come out of frame and then I notice.
My wife bought me a new office chair, so
You feel uber
kinda,
comfortable?
yeah, it's kind of nice.
All right, so it's just us three to start out. Chris will be joining us shortly. Andrew, unfortunately, has a work incident that will need to be taken care of at this time. So we're going to. I'll take care of Kit's character for tonight. Very well. I will take care of him. And
It is dead.
Chris will come in here and bring Travis. So when the last that we had played, things had sort of come to a head in both areas. At the Red Door, Gideon and Travis had been fighting a Hogman and defeated him, and then they quickly exited the Red Door and got into Gideon's Continental and started driving across town to the museum. At the same time, Sela had made it all the way downstairs with the seed that she had stolen, with the artifact that she had been contracted by the steward of the Sixth Ward to steal, and she had gotten far enough to see a lot of fighting going on between Sarah Rosevides, the CEO of Nixra and the representative of the Collector in the Third Ward, and the owner of the artifact she had stolen, fighting with some Black Court vampires. And meanwhile, but she had had a hard time exiting the museum because everywhere she turned, there were toadmen that were pouring into the museum, or toads, or some other toad-like thing going on. It seemed every which way. Meanwhile, Kit Rhodes had, with the help of Kella Sage, had freed two of the lions from the effects of the warp collars that were about their necks. And then Kit, rather than run back down the stairs, climbed up and went onto the roof to try to look out to see where at last he saw the old lady Janet Wetherington, who he had seen steal the seed, although it was Sela in disguise. He was on the lookout for her. He looked down and he spotted her undead Black Court vampire version of Janet Wetherington attacking Sarah Rosevides, and he threw down his metal rod that he had stolen from the fertility exhibition, and he whacked the Black Court vampire, and that saved Sarah from that. And meanwhile, Stila had managed to hide herself by disguising herself as one of the toadmen that were coming in through the front door. So that's where you're at, Sela. You're looking down the main hallway, pretty close to the area where you were at the very beginning of all this when we started. There's tables. A lot of them have been knocked over or broken at this point from all the scuffles going on. The toadmen are kind of shuffling around them, but every once in a while one will just throw one that's in his way just right out of the way so he can keep walking forward. And you're shambling along with these toadmen. Heading, the last I checked, you were trying to head up to the theater where there's an alternate exit. But kind of directly in that pathway is still Sarah Rosevides and her bodyguard fighting with two Black Court vampires.
So, did Sela see the giant metal rod, the dildo of death, come flying through the...
Yeah, it made a pretty... It was pretty noticeable because it like clanged off the back of the vampire and then clanged across the floor, and so it was pretty noticeable event there.
Sela is probably going to recognize the intervention of Kit at this point, right?
Sure. You look up there and you can see, you kind of see the shoulders and the head of Kit, and he's looking down. He's looking down into the area where you're moving around.
Crap. Okay, so how incapacitated does the vampire look? Like, because according to what I remember from last time, like the entrance where she was, the front door, where all the Toadmen came in, that's still not accessible, right?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, if you started, you could try to kind of move back and kind of back out of this group of Toadmen, but you're kind of surrounded by them at the moment. You've successfully infiltrated all of them.
Oh, okay. And they're going to fight the lions, right?
The on the other end of the hallway, yes, the Toadmen that had come in through the back door were in a big confrontation with the lions. The two remaining warped lions were
Okay.
fighting with them.
Sela decides.
That's still going on back there, but it looks like the lions are winning on that end.
Sela decides to just get a little crazy and throw a wrench in the works here. She, as her Toadman form, makes like a Toadman noise, like a big rah or whatever they make, and like kind of tries to indicate that this group of Toadmen should attack those vampires or that group. Like whatever's happening over here, that's the action we need to get in on.
All right. So
she doesn't lead the charge or anything, but she tries to, like, if they're like sheep or something, she doesn't know, like, but she tries to influence them in that way.
Okay. Goodness. Give me
this and whatever.
Well,
moving that direction without actually putting herself at risk or exposing herself, she's not that dumb.
I was gonna say, give me a persuasion. That's D&D. We played D&D last weekend. Give me a rapport roll modified by your deceit, so it'll be a +2 for you.
Awesome. I mean, my deceit's +4.
Right, but it's only modifying your rapport roll,
okay.
So it's giving you a bonus to your rapport.
And rapport is something I actually have. Awesome.
It is.
Hold on, I navigated away from my fudge dice roller. Okay, well that's going to be a +3.
All right. It seems that encouraged by your gesticulations and croaking, the Toadmen seem to pick up space a little, and they head with a little more purpose. They were kind of slowly ambling towards Rosvides and the undead, but now they're moving pretty quickly.
Oh, they were going towards Rosvides anyway?
They were going kind of in that general direction, yeah.
I thought they were headed towards the lions, but yay! Sela succeeds. Awesome.
It's y'all's little mob of things, and there's a little bit of space, and then there's Rosvides and the undead, and then beyond them is the lions and the other toads. So they're surrounded on both sides by toads, really, and on one end is you, and on the other end is the lions.
Okay, but wait, this is real important.
Yes.
Does Sela have to get through lions, Rosvides, and vampires? Or I guess it'd be vampires, Rosvides, and lions in order to get out, or just vampires and Rosvides?
Just vampires and Rosvides, because
okay.
Sela was headed towards the little theater, and the stairway entrance into that's right next to where Rosvides is.
We're good.
All right. And you're moving with them. They start to pick up speed, and you're coming with them. The two vampires sort of turn on Rosvides' bodyguard, and gang up on him for a moment. But he's too quick for them. He as they kind of surround him, and one ducks in, and he ducks under that one, and then bats away the next one that drops in. You can kind of see that he is when these vampires are coming in, they're swinging. They move with a lot of speed, but they're kind of awkward. It's like they're unused to being undead, so they're a little clumsy with their emotions, and he easily bats it away. And then Sela, as you glance up to get an idea of what Kit was doing, because Kit was being a real pain in your rear earlier.
Yes.
You see him. You look, and he like sort of. It's like he shuffles a little bit into the light of a little sconce type. They've got some lights on the roof that are pointed upward, as more of like an effect light type thing, creating certain ambiance and lighting up the outside of the museum. And he gets within the beam of one of those, and it looks like he's he's like sweating, or he's a little wobbly, and he like leans forward, and it looks like he's going to be sick. So he doesn't seem like much of a threat at the moment.
Like he's going to be sick, or like he's going to fall?
Well, so far it just looks like he's going to be sick. He's kind of like leaning forward, like he's maybe about to hurl. And then about that time, Gideon,
make sure she's not underneath him. Just saying. He's going to maneuver
Gideon,
out of the splash zone.
Give me a driving check.
Okay. +1.
All right. So you see Kit up there, Sela, and then you suddenly see from behind you, you feel backlit by a pair of headlights, and you hear some tires screeching. Gideon, you have successfully driven you and Travis Kane. Travis, you've been along for the ride as Gideon's was turning the wheel, suddenly diving through one alley or another. It was a real back. It looked like he took a real back route to this museum from all the way over at the Red Door, and hardly any time passed. It's like he took one turn here, one turn there, next turn, and then bam, y'all. He's braking the car, and the tires are squealing as he comes just barely in front of the museum, stopping just outside of the bollards that would have wrecked his Continental if he went any further. And you've made it to the front of the museum, Gideon. It is your turn. Ahead of you, it lit up in the headlights, you see that the front doors, which were made of glass, are all pretty much broken. And so the glass is reflecting back the light of your headlights, and the sharp edges where it's been broken are catching and shining back at you. Beyond that, you see a few toads hopping around here in the front, and you can see the shapes of the toad men moving right there inside the lobby.
Is there anything keeping us here? Like, is there anything between the car and Kit and Sela?
Yes, there's concrete bollards that prevent people from driving their cars into the museum.
But other than that, I mean, is there anything keeping them from running to the car and us leaving?
No.
Okay.
Smash and grab?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I lean my head out of the car and I yell to Sela, grab Kit and get in the car. Let's get out of here.
Can Sela respond? Whose turn is it?
Yeah, talking is a free action, but
Sela's not talking back right now.
Give me an alertness check.
Who, me?
I can honk the horn a few times to give her a bonus on the check.
Yeah, no. Gideon, give me an alertness check.
Oh, I have to give you an alertness check.
Yeah.
This is going to go poorly. All right. Yeah, like I said, poor. I'm at a -1.
You're at a -1?
Yeah.
So, Gideon, you had been expecting in the vision that you had seen that Sela would be right there at the bollards in her typical form that you see her, that you know her, and she's not there. You don't see her anywhere, and you're a little surprised by that. Travis, it's your turn.
Who are you talking to? Who is Sela?
Don't worry about it right now.
I'm kind of worried. You're driving like a crazy person to get us away from the club, and now you're calling to some person who's clearly not there. Are you a crazy person? Are you making this person up?
Gideon's very. No, she's real. We need to get the rest of the people out of here.
Why? Is there something you know that I don't know?
There's a lot of things there's so many things that I know that you don't know, kid.
Condescension, not gonna, doesn't fly that much.
Not condescending when it's the truth.
Pretty sure that's kind of the definition of condescension. Otherwise, it's just arrogance.
So, are you just gonna hang out and wait in the car here, Travis, with Gideon?
Well, I feel like we should do something. There's toads aplenty, and while toad chops doesn't sound that appetizing, we could always go with some frog legs.
Do you need food? I mean, like,
He's 17. He's homeless.
I'm a
he's a
teenager.
homeless teenage boy, I suppose. Yes.
I'm a teenager. I can always eat more. On the side note, Jared, is this the same scene? Do I still have stresses and consequences?
You still have the same stress. The consequence would carry over regardless of scenes, but you still have the same stress. You don't have what has worn off is your speed.
Okay. So, old man, should we, go into the building? It looks like bad stuff's going down. There's some bad juju or something.
Sure.
You sound so excited.
It's not going at all the way it should. But
When
I
does
am
it
buckle my seatbelt to get out of the car. With the engine running. Hopefully it won't disappear. It is Houston after all.
All right. So y'all both are getting out of the car and heading up towards the toads?
I guess so.
Seems that way.
Looks like a lot of frogs. Fortunately, I dealt with frogs when I was out in the woods. They're not a problem unless you make them angry.
Yeah, you actually
Probably
you're
shouldn't
pretty
talk very much.
you're pretty familiar with these toadmen, Travis. You've had to work your way past these guys a lot before. You know that they're pretty observant, but they go down pretty, and they can be a pain in a fight, but they can go down pretty easy.
That's good to know.
Roll me some stealth. Zero. All right. Of the group of about there's about 9 toadmen that are there in front of you. 2 of them turn around and they spot you guys as you're walking up towards the door.
It's all his fault.
Headlights, the honking, probably.
That might have something to do with it.
Yeah, it's usually kind of a hint. All right, in front of you, Sela, you see Rosevides' bodyguard land a pretty decent hit. It was 1 plus... on the younger of the Wutherington Blackcourt vampires. He swings this big meaty fist and hits one right across the jaw, and she goes spinning a little bit.
The one that healed herself earlier, Alice, I think.
Yeah, Linda Wutherington, the younger one, yes, and she did heal herself earlier by sucking the life out of a police officer that was bleeding out on the floor. And Rosevides kind of stays towards the back and seems to be trying to block the way into the theater from the vampires. It is your turn.
Okay. I assume that Sela, she definitely knew about the car, and she might have recognized the sound of that car anyway. But she definitely heard Gideon's voice.
Right.
So, and the honking. So,
And maybe even the jingle of the Skittles in my pocket.
you probably can smell those. But,
You were the creepiest old man I've ever met.
right?
Hey, kid, come into my car. Have some candy. I got Skittles. I got some pants Skittles.
Yeah.
So unintentional, too.
It was. I know it was. But,
That line works on all the kids.
anyways, Sela, all she has wanted after she got the seed, and no, really since the lions showed up, that was bad news. She got the seed, and it was weird, and somebody else was trying to take it. All she has wanted to do all night is go talk to Gideon because this is weird, and Gideon's the smartest guy she knows. So, like, as if, you know, he appeared just from her willing him to be here. She's like ecstatic. So she is in the middle of a pack of toadmen right now, right?
That's correct.
Okay. She's going to kind of slink to the edge of the group in a nonchalant way, throw up a veil, like just wink out of existence, and then sprint through the bollards and or whatever those things are, the like, and towards Gideon, like, because she knows she can make it. It's like 40 feet, like she's going.
And she heard what he was yelling earlier, right?
Yeah, she doesn't know who Kit is.
Yeah, she doesn't know who Kid is.
I mean, she has no idea who Kit is, or that the guy wielding the iron dildo knows Gideon at all. Like, she's no clue.
Right.
Well,
Um,
yeah, that actually wouldn't have occurred to Gideon at this point yet.
roll for me. Roll an empathy check.
Okay. It's not a good roll, but it's still a +1 because she's got some skill and empathy.
Okay. As you turn to leave and you're thinking about it and you're trying to understand what it is that he wants, because you want to give him whatever it is he wants because he's your good friend. And as you're thinking over it, you remember that when you first saw that really annoying guy that was also trying to steal the artifact, the lady that was with him also called him Kit. So you actually remember who he is.
Oh, damn my excellent memory. All right.
And then you turn and you look up at him. And before it was looking like he was going to be sick. Now it's looking more like he's going to fall off the edge of the roof and down into here. In fact, he's woozy, and he turns, and you can see on his back, about the size of a person's fist, is this giant mosquito, and it looks like it's engorged with blood. And Kit faints and tumbles off the edge of where he's at, and he starts falling towards the ground.
Okay. What are Sela's options? Like, I don't know what her stats are, so I don't know if she's strong enough to try to catch him or how far the fall is. I know that if it was me, I could not catch somebody who was falling, say, 60 feet, or maybe even more than like 10, like, without getting killed myself. I'm sure she can get to him. What can she do to help him? Is there awning? Is there a tarp? How far is he falling? She's thinking fast right now.
Yeah, there's several of those hanging banners, and she can move really fast.
So there's some hanging banners, and Sela looks over and notices, because this is a fertility exhibition, he notices that there's like a mock-up of a harem like area with all of these like really sumptuous cushions and this brocade fabric and like hookahs and stuff, like all this really cool stuff. But there's like couches and all of these like basically beanbag sex chairs like right there. Not that you can really do that's uncomfortable, but anyways, like cushiony stuff he can fall on, and that just happens to be where he's falling on. Is she turns on her, seeming so that she's invisible, right? And then she basically runs like the wind, and it looks like a gust of wind because she does kind of grab the end of one of those banners and stretch it across in the path of Kit's fall so that he kind of bounces off that first, and as soon as he hits it, she lets go so he falls right into one of those cushions.
All right. If you want to do it where you're invisible, you're going to have -1 for doing that as a supplemental action first.
I'm okay with that.
All right. And then roll athletics.
And I get bonus because I'm sprinting, right?
Yes, you can use the sprinting modifier, but you're going to have to pay me a fate point for these cushions.
I will pay you a fate point for the cushions, and the sprinting modifier gives me a +3.
All right, and you can also get another +2 for the cushions.
Yay! So that's a +5 on my total to make Kit not die. And she wants to, for all of that and the fate point, she wants to be basically right there when he lands. In fact, she'd like to envelop him in her seeming, like he kind of poofs into the cushion, and then like, you know, the cushion kind of obscures him, and when it goes back, like there's nothing there. Maybe there's she throws a quarter that she has in her pocket. She throws that out, and for a second she makes that look like a big iron dildo, like a big rod from the fertility exhibit that she saw earlier. Another one, a big fat one he didn't pick up.
All right. Normally that'd be a second action, but I will allow this.
Can it be like because she's such a great sleight of hand burglar kind of person?
No, mostly because I'm amused.
Okay.
Give me a second to see how much you saved Kit with your +5.
While you're doing that, I vote that you grab that mosquito and gently squeeze it to put the blood back into Kit.
If the mosquito came with Kit, all bets are off. Like, she didn't do any of this.
No, the mosquito flew off as it was falling.
Good.
Okay. Where'd you go?
I've seen Housden mosquitoes. Like, no.
All right. For the most part, it looks like. Wait, what's Kit's full track? He does have 4, right? All right, so Kit lands. You run over. You cast your veil. And you go from Toadman to invisible. Sprint over, kind of kip off the wall to grab one of these banners, and you wheel it out in such a way that it catches Kit as he's falling, and he slides down and rolls and tumbles into a pile of cushions, and cushions go flying everywhere. And about the time that happens, you fling a quarter backwards and making it look like another one of these metal dildos that were up in the exhibit, and it bangs across the floor, and so nobody would be the wiser of the fact that Kit just fell unless they were watching it to start with. And Kit, for his part, he lets out a little bit of an oof as he falls, but he seems to be, for the most part, okay.
And is he invisible with Sela now?
He is currently underneath some cushions. He's not invisible.
Okay.
He's not visible, but he's not invisible, if that makes sense.
Yes.
All right. The undead are still fighting with Rosvides' bodyguard. And they're still too awkward. Wait. Yep, they're still too awkward to be able to get past his skilled martial defenses. And so therefore it's Gideon's turn.
Okay.
You are in the front of the museum, just outside the doors. A couple of these toadmen have turned to face you.
Think.
No sign of Sela on the inside.
Although there was a big gust of wind.
Unless you're watching for her.
So I turn to Travis and I ask him, can he handle the toads?
On a good day, easily, without question. Today, 50-50. I can try.
How many toads are there?
Too many.
There's about 8. There's 2
Wait.
facing you.
8 total?
What?
8 total toads?
Yep.
I'm envisioning that Sela was like hiding inside this mob of like 50 toads, like an army of toad men marching through the museum, blocking all of the entrances. It's this huge, and she's leading the charge of the light brigade. Like, no, there's 8 dudes? What?
How big are
squad.
these guys, though, right? They're pretty big, right?
They're pretty big. It seems like a decently sized phalanx of toadmen, yeah.
That ruined the movie in my mind. Like, destroyed it.
All right. I do not want to ruin your movie.
No,
Gideon,
we don't need any more
time. Army of toadmen in front of you. It's like wall-to-wall toads from here to as far as you can see.
Okay.
I vote we get back in the car.
I wanted to stay in the car in the first place.
Like I said, I can try to take them, but I think, honestly, I might be better at stalling. Are we close to... do we know what we're even trying to do here? I mean...
Well, yeah.
I was killing pigs, and then we're at a museum, and now there are frogmen.
This should have been a very simple rescue mission.
I played Battletoads when I was a kid.
Very unsimple. We just need to get... there's 3 people here we need to get out of the building.
Whoa.
Well,
you're only
2
getting
now.
2 people out of this building.
The original plan was for 3.
But we'll settle.
You know. But somebody wanted to fight a giant pig, man. So we're having to settle for 2.
Yeah. Blame me. Sure. All my fault. Creepy dude wants me to go in his car, and it's my fault.
Speaking of the car.
At this point, I don't think we can fight them. I don't think we can sneak past them. Can I... Oh, here's the thing. Can I look around for maybe another way that they may be coming out of this building, or another way to... Like, is there like another giant window somewhere that I can break and, get them out of the building? Create an escape that doesn't go through an army of toadmen?
There's y'all are on the stairs leading into the main entrance here. There's a handicap access ramp that's going all the way off and around the corner to the right, and there was in fact a door over at the other end of that handicap entrance. It's a little bit around the corner to your right.
Travis, can you guard the car while I try to keep our exit clear while I try to go find the other 2?
Sure thing. Secure the exit strategy. Gotcha.
All right, so I'm gonna run to that other door and maybe try to get in.
I came back just in time to miss your exit strategy, which is just like what Sela would actually know, so I guess that's fair.
All right, so you go over there, and
Is there a button to press to make the door open really slowly?
there
is a potted plant there.
I'm.
Wait, did you go to the elevator? He got inside the building and all the way to the elevator?
No, he's going to the door of the gift shop. Normally, this door would be locked for this event. So you can give me a burglary check to pick the lock, or a lore check and an explanation of why it's not locked.
Or a rock check and make it unlocked.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I got you. Think. Okay, I got you. Lore check here coming up. It's a +3.
All right, that's good enough.
Okay. So, in the preparations to get everything ready, the night watchman came by and was locking the doors, and he secured the main doors, and he was heading towards the handicapped door when he caught a whiff of something really foul, and it almost smelled like death. So he went looking for the source of this stench, and he ended up finding one of these Black Court vampires who promptly ate him. So he never got a chance to lock the door.
All right. And why was the Black Court vampire there?
You tell me. They just seem to be there, right? Wouldn't Janet Weatherington...
Let's see.
They come out of nowhere?
So there was a little bit. There was actually a how to put it. There was a gemstone that had a certain magical property that it was creating this light that actually attracted the Black Court vampire over there to the side. And so it normally wouldn't have been even going that way. It would have been up on the roof. But looking down, it noticed this. It was hanging there, and it ended up attacking the watchman.
That makes sense to me.
Killed the watchman. Okay. So this door's open, and you walk inside. Inside's a gift shop. There's your typical museum crap going on for your gift shop. There's maps and books on this one side. There's those little kitty toys. There's like chomping dinosaur things and fish things, and there's a display with rocks, and people can buy little various unvaluable gemstones, but beautiful agates and those kind of things.
Semi-prep.
There's also a ridiculously large display of Skittles. And all the lights are off, and if you can look from here, you can see that there's a back way out of the gift shop, basically, that's heading back towards the front, and you can see some water fountains, and there's a hallway outside that set of door.
Are there any toadmen outside of that set of doors?
You don't see any toadmen in here.
Okay.
All right, Travis,
Yep.
It's your turn. Are you hanging out here at the front? Or are you going back to the car?
I am. I'm not standing next to the car because if a fight happens, I don't want to, damage the car since that seems to be our only mode of transportation, despite the car's psycho driver. But the but I'm staying close to the car too to make sure also nothing happens to the car. So I'm
Mhm.
nearby, but I'm not trying to pick a fight with the Toadmen, but if they come my way, I'm prepared for them.
All right. So you kind of stay in the same area, but you back away just a little bit where you're between the two things, and you've got a nice view. All right. Give me your choice: fists or athletics.
That would be athletics.
You don't currently have the bonus that you used to have. Remember.
Yeah. My total is +5.
All right. You very easily dodge all the little tiny toads that are in this area. But it's kind of annoying because it seems like every time you're walking along and all of a sudden one of them will just hop out of nowhere and it's like it's hopping right at you. And so you have to like dodge out of the way. Is there anything else that you'd like to do?
Do I, because you said I've had some experience dealing with Toadmen before given my past, do I know whether going to Toads?
Do you know whether what to toads?
If attacking the little Toads, the little guys who are just getting in my way, do I know if that's going to draw the ire of the big Toads? Like, if I attack the little Toads who are harassing me, will that cause some of the big Toadmen to come down and attack me? Or do they not care enough?
You know that the reason the little toads here are because of the big toads, but you don't think that it's going to particularly annoy them more than they're already annoyed. They look pretty pissed.
Well, of course, they're Toadmen.
Yeah.
That said, if based on my previous knowledge, and I can do a lore check if that would help me understand it better, I'd like to, while still kind of maintaining my defensive position, as these little frogs attack me, I want to give in to my teenage instincts and try to like roundhouse kick them out of the air.
All right. What is it that you want to know?
I would want to know just how, if I attack the little toads, how that would affect the big toadmen, if they would care, or if they got bigger fish to fry or flies to catch or whatever toads do.
All right, give me your lore check, and add an extra 2 because you've worked with these guys, you've fought with these guys before.
In that case, my total is +4.
All right. In your previous experience, these little guys really serve as fodder for the bigger ones. They ooze a substance on the surface of their skin that, if they make contact with you, is likely to give you some psychedelic effects, which is just enough to slow you down for the bigger ones to grab you with their tongues.
And, I realize everyone just longs to be tongued by a giant toad. But,
Toad man.
Now you say if they touch you, I assume that's skin to skin contact, right? It's not just body to body. So like if I hit them, say, with a closed area like my feet, then
you'll be all right.
Problem.
Yeah.
In that case, I totally want to just start like roundhouse kicking them out of the air.
All right, give me a fists check.
All right.
Or actually, you'll give me that on the next time through.
Okay.
2 of those toadmen come outside. They sort of look at you, Kit.
Kit?
I'm sorry, Travis.
I'd rather they look at Kit.
Dear goodness. I will never find this die again.
You need an extra one? If you're I'm fairly certain I see it. If you were rolling for the Toadman, it's on a minus sign.
Well, we'll see. You're correct.
It happens.
It is on a minus sign. Roll athletics to defend.
+6.
All right. So the toads come out, and one of them like spits its tongue at you, but it's way off course. It just is completely not a problem at all. And you sort of look at it, and you roundhouse kick one of its little guys up into its tongue, and so it brings up one of its own little toads back, and it gives this perturbed croak of surprise, because that wasn't expecting that at all. And so rah, as it looks at you.
So now, would the little toad have a psychedelic effect on the big toad, since it's clearly skin to skin or flesh to flesh?
Time will tell. And Sela, in the museum hall, you look down the hall, and you see that pretty much the collared lions have finished off the toads at the other end. And about that time that they sort of turn and look back down this side of the museum, coming out of that first hallway that you had gone down to go up, where the Foucault pendulum was and everything else, and next to where the elevator is, coming out of that hallway, is the lady that you saw earlier fighting with the lions or grappling with them in that hallway. And with her at either side is a lioness and a male lion. That male lion looks a lot smaller than it looked to you when you were facing off with it before. And you're not sure if that's a trick of how far away it is or what, but before it seemed like it was humongous. Now it's just a big lion. Kella looks down the hallway, growls something, and all of the lions start sprinting down this what is this called? It's a hallway. It's a foyer. Sprinting down this gigantic grand foyer towards the mass army of toadmen that are between you and the door.
Sela doesn't like this girl.
And potted plant.
Yeah.
And
so she just what?
Hold on one second. Yep. The next thing that happens, Rosevides notices this. She sees this, and then she turns and she looks directly at you. And you're veiled. You know that you're veiled. In fact, you double check and you look down and you're like, I'm invisible. But she looks, and she's got eye contact with you. And she says, you can't take that with you. And then it's your turn.
Sela is out, man. She is out. All right. Where was the last place Sela saw Gideon?
You can still see the light of the headlights that are coming in from the front, and that's the direction that you heard his voice before. Out the front door. There's still the massive army of countless toadmen between you and the front door.
And Kit.
And Kit is here in the cushions, yes. He groans.
Okay. She extends her seeming over Kit, her veil, so that he is also invisible, right?
All right. Give me a new deceit roll.
You got it. Oh. That's an 8. I rolled a 4.
Well, that's good. It's gonna be 6, because two of that's gonna go to keeping it over Kit as well.
That's fine. It's still pretty freaking good.
It is pretty good.
That sounds fantastic.
Legendary, even. Legendary.
Pretty lended. Yep. Pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you and Kit do?
So, how mobile is Kit? I'm hoping he's kind of dazed, so I can just kind of shove him.
You can.
Great. That sounds good. Sela wants out. She wants out in the most expeditious way possible that does not involve Rosvides, because that is no. That's freaking her way out. Like,
Sure.
What are her options?
All right. So there's the mass. There's Rosvides that way, and the lionesses that are charging down the foyer.
Yeah, we're not going lions either. That's not going to work.
You guys, there's the big group of toads that are coming towards you, but they're just about, there's a little bit of a side hallway that you could get to, back towards where the gift shop is.
Cool. She's going that way. Wait, what did Rose Vizige just say to her? Sorry, this is Jessica forgetting, not Sela forgetting. You can't take that
with you.
With you. Okay, so Sela looks back ruefully towards the gift shop, because we know how she feels about that, but she stands Kit up, invisible, shoves her handbag onto Kit's shoulder, and starts rapidly ushering him, like, as fast as Sela can move. And if Kit can't move that fast, which she knows that he can't, she will, just shove him, drag him, whatever needs to be done. He keeps the bag, but Kit is carrying the bag, and they are booking it out.
Okay, and y'all are hidden under your veil. The Toadmen don't come anywhere close to being good enough to spot your fantastic veil. And so they don't notice as you go towards that hallway, but as you're going, you kind of glance over your shoulder to look at Rosvides, because she really unnerved you when it seemed like she locked eyes. And you can see Rosvides tracking you the whole way. She's just turning her head and watching you walk out.
Can I make a lore check? Or what would it be to figure out, because Sela is not used to this. People don't see her ever. That's kind of her thing. And so for anybody to be able to do that, and for somebody to be able to do it so easily, so willfully, when she knows that, like, oh, you saw me then? Well, wait, watch this. And she knows that was amazing. Like, what can she check? What kind of a role is that?
Well, you've done your action from creating the veil this time. A lore would probably be correct if you want to do that on a future turn. As you're watching her, one of the undead kind of crouches and shimmies past Rosvides' bodyguard and launches herself at Rosvides. And Rosvides takes a step back. It hits the wall, and Rosvides does that the whole time without taking her eyes off of you. And then you round the corner and you don't see her anymore. Gideon, it's your turn. You are coming up this hallway, and up ahead of you, you can see the turn that would lead out into the main foyer. You can hear clattering across the floor. Sela, as you round the corner, you see Gideon coming out of the gift shop.
I see Gideon?
Uh-huh.
Is there anybody else in the hallway?
No, it's just Gideon.
There's no one else around.
There's nobody else in here.
Does she have Kit with her?
Yes.
She has Kit with her.
You don't see it, though. I dropped my veil, so I look like Janet Weatherington escorting Kit. No, I look like the barista escorting Kit.
Well, you look like yourself at this point, because you look like a Toadman. You dropped that, and
oh, so I look like my normal human form escorting Kit, right?
Yep. Gideon, you look up the hallway, and there's Sela and Kit, just like they were supposed to be.
Just like I planned it. He looked great. Bring him. And
Here's
come
the
with
Kit. Here's the Kit. They know. She knows. She saw me take it. What is this thing? Look at and this guy wanted it too. The Kit wanted the thing in the bag and the.
Later, Sela.
No, now. We have to go.
Yes, we have to go. It's bad. Follow me.
Go now.
Go now. Well, yeah, we're going right now. Okay. So we turn around and start making for the gift shop in the car.
All right.
And I help her with Kit, obviously.
grits her teeth and looks. She kind of twitches when they go past the Skittles display.
All right, Travis, you're outside. There's two Toadmen that are kind of looking at you. One of them's just eaten one of his little toadlings by accident due to your excellent defense. But you've got a moment to act before they do.
Is there any way? Because my whole point, rather than trying to engage, I'm trying to just defend the car and keep them from attacking. Can I do a maneuver to make it harder for them to hit me or the car? Like use I forgot what word you used, the pylons or something to confound them?
Sure. You're using the pylons in like what way?
Running around in little circles. He gets them chasing him around one direction, and then he stops and turns around
and then maybe they start to stick their tongues out, and I can tie them around the pylon so they can't so they're so distracted with that they're unable to do anything to attack me or the car.
That sounds amazing. Roll. What you want is a block. So roll me an athletics as a block.
Okay.
This is to prevent the Toadmen. Total?
Yeah.
All right. This is to prevent them from getting you or the car.
Yes.
All right. Uh-oh. All right. And the Toadmen. So you're running around these. You're doing this. You run into one end, and the Toadmen they're kind of slow moving, and it works its way over. They are slow moving, right? I haven't forgotten.
Are they like a T-Rex? If I don't move, that they'll lose their vision.
They don't see you. Yes. So that's part of the problem. You're moving a lot. They know where you are, but they amble over to one end, and they leap, and they throw a tongue out, and you run to the other end, and they leap over and throw a tongue out, and you've got them where they separate, and you've got this great idea of where you're like, ooh, I'm gonna grab both tongues and tie them together, and so this tongue goes out, and you grab it, and then the tongue jerks back a lot faster than you would expect, and you ram your head into one of these bollards, and your head's ringing a little bit, and there's just this moment where you're kind of standing there shaking your head. Things are going on inside the foyer. There's the sound of lions roaring that comes out. Both of y'all can hear either out of the front door, echoing out the hallway, and then a clash of battle that's going on between the lions and the Toadmen inside. And then we come back to Sela's turn. Sela, Kit, and Gideon.
Where are we located right now?
You were just outside the gift shop.
So we've already gone through the gift shop, right?
No, you've got to go through the gift shop to get out.
Oh.
It's got that big Skittles display case.
I know.
You can see it through the door right now.
Gideon, this is not safe. And she saw me take it. I mean, she didn't see me take it. Nobody saw that. But, she saw me. Nobody sees me, and she saw me. She looked right at me. She knows that I have it.
Sela, it's okay. I'll explain everything, I think. And right now, we just need to get Kit out of here.
Let's go.
There's a lot more going on than I'd anticipated.
So, Sela, speaking of more things than you anticipated, you're fairly certain that since she saw you and she saw you go this way and hasn't chased you, that Skittles display is definitely a trap. She wants you to go in the gift shop.
It's definitely a trap. I mean, I know it's a trap. That's what she's saying. This is bad. And she does not want to go in here, but she also doesn't want to get eaten by lions or Toadmen or vampires, all of which seem to be real, or mosquitoes, all of which seem to be real possibilities tonight. So she's going to follow Gideon because of her good friend Gideon. She trusts him. She doesn't understand always why she trusts him, because she definitely thinks he's being suicidal right now. How can anything be okay? He just said it was okay, and it is not okay. But he's her good friend Gideon, and he's the smartest guy she knows.
It's true, and all those things are terribly bad. But you know, it's the things that you don't know that get you. And you might be paranoid, probably, but you're pretty sure that whatever's in the gift shop is worse. And I offer you 2 fate points.
So what does that mean?
Go into the gift shop.
Wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second. You're giving her 2 fate points to go into the gift shop.
To not go into the gift shop.
Oh,
I'm compelling her to get fate points, a 2 fate point worth compel to refuse to be taken through the gift shop.
So it's just Sela that's not going to go through the gift shop.
Theoretically. You can also buy off this. The way it works mechanically, if you accept this compel and refuse to go through the gift shop, you get 2 fate points, or you can pay me 2 fate points and you do go through the shop.
Okay, I don't have 2 fate points, so Sela's not going in that gift shop.
All right.
Sela sees that giant Skittles display, and Gideon, you know how she is about Skittles.
Yeah.
Taste the Rainbow's a thing. Like, she just can't do it. Look, I saw your car. I'll find a way. You take Kit, you take the thing, you go. She said, you can't leave here with that thing. I'm not leaving here with that thing. You are. Go now. I'm leaving. Through lions and tigers and vampires, oh my. I'll see
I look around confused for a minute, sigh, and nod my head, and we go.
All right. So what do you do, Sela?
She is standing outside the gift shop, and she's still like, she really wants to go in because Gideon is her friend, and she doesn't like sending him through the gift shop by himself with those traps. But she can't go in. So she turns into a potted plant and watches him until he leaves. Because she wants to make sure he's safe.
Okay.
Not that she could help him, but she just needs to know.
All right, Gideon. Kit's there. He's looking really dazed and confused.
So the usual?
So the usual. He's got, Sela has put her duffel bag on his back, and he's sort of sitting there, and he's standing, and he looks at you. He's like, "Who are you?"
He doesn't know who Gideon is?
Nope.
Oh my goodness.
Let me think.
The potted plant yells, "Is this the right Kit?"
Yes, this is. I mean, I think so. Kit, all you need to know right now is that I'm a friend and I'm getting you out of here.
Sounds good to me, man. I haven't had a very good time at this place.
This party sucks.
Yeah, this.
See, on multiple levels. Anyway. It's your turn, Gideon.
I'm thinking.
Just exit the gift shop. You're not under any compels. Just go.
Yeah. We're just gonna
eat some
right.
Skittles.
That's the plan, right? We're just getting out of here. So yeah, we're going.
All right. So you grab Kit. So the first thing you do after joining the party is you split the party.
Yeah. No, you split the party.
You split the party. You forced her to split up.
I'm not forcing you to go into the gift shop, man. I just want to point out that the first thing after joining the party
is that or a wall of toadmen. So
okay. All right. So you go outside. You go through the gift shop with Kit. Are you running? Are you sprint? Is this sprinting? Or are you just working your way out carefully?
We're gonna make our best speed, but I'm not gonna just like run out into a giant trap. Thank you. I'm gonna keep my wits. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my wits about me and not just run out into a giant melee. But I have faith that Travis has things in hand.
All right, give me an athletics check that is restricted by your alertness. That means if your alertness is less than your athletics, you subtract 1.
Ha, fooled you. They're the same. +1.
All right. So you guys you look at Sela and you usher Kit into the gift shop and make your way through the gift shop over to the door, not out of it yet, and you stop and you peek out the door, where you see Travis facing off with a couple of toadmen. Travis, it's your turn. The toad, you're feeling a little knocked about from the toadmen. Your head's a little fuzzy from hitting the bollard, and it is that's an aspect that we got put on you last time, in case it's not clear.
Okay, so
and it's your turn.
Down.
It's just a temporary one. It's not going to last longer than this round.
Well, the toadmen are starting to piss me off, so I'm getting angry. And
okay.
Wouldn't
like it when he's angry.
You barely like me when I'm not angry. So
true.
Do I still have the toad's tongue, or did I release that when I got knocked in the knock? And
yeah, it pulled you into the bollard, and then it released from that.
Okay. In that case, I want to sneeze at the moment, so that'll happen in just a moment. But I want to charge. There we go. Now that I've taken my wits back together, I want to charge.
You can technically do that as a maneuver, by the way. You could roll endurance or something to shake your wits back together.
That doesn't sound like me. I want to charge the toadman that's tongue I grabbed, and I want to punch him right in his bulbous eyes.
All right, that sounds like thinking with your fists. Have a fate point.
Hooray!
And roll fists.
Huh. Can I immediately use that fate point you gave me?
You can. You can use it whenever you want.
In that case, my total is +4. Because it gives me +2, right? The fate point does?
All right, so +4. And he rolled -1. Okay, so you run forward, and you clip this toad right underneath the jaw, and the little toad head jerks up, its little tongue shoots straight up in the sky, and it just falls over out cold. You knocked it out cold. It's on the cement.
Huzzah.
Which is, as expected, they go down decently easy. Roll athletics.
Is this the other Toadman?
This is the other Toadman.
+3.
All right. So that's a good defense, but this Toadman hits you with a great attack with its tongue.
So I just got a great tonguing.
Yeah, you knock the first one out, and you're just about to exult with that when you feel this nice, muscly, wet, sticky glob hit you on the side of the head and jerk you bodily into the mouth of the other toad that's about 15 feet away on the other side.
Having Konosuba flashbacks.
Yeah, just about. In fact, I was tempted to grab a bunch of screenshots from that too, for when I was given the summary of what. But I was like, oh, but that hadn't happened to Caitlin yet. She hadn't actually gotten grabbed, and she actually got away without ever getting tongued by a toad. So,
Her loss.
Hold on. Let's see. That's maneuver. Don't I have one of these as a react? I guess I'm probably not in range to react for him.
So yeah, you see that's happening about a 2 zones away from you at the moment, Gideon, and it is it's Sila's turn real quick. Sila, you saw Gideon make it past the Skittles display without anything happening, which only confirms in your mind the fact that it was specifically a trap for you. So you saved him from that. But now you are left alone in this hallway, and you can hear fighting still happening back in the main foyer.
And I just gained 2 fate points, right?
You did.
Okay. I hear fighting in the main hallway. I know that the best exit for me right now, because I just came that way, is probably the front door, right?
If you could slip past all the fighting, yeah, it's one of the nearest. There's also a staircase just behind you that goes up to the 2nd floor, but not up to the 3rd. It also goes down to the lower level, but being in the basement's not going to really be a way out. So,
when I cased the joint, is there any way out on the 2nd floor? Like a balcony or what's
Window?
on there? What's up?
The easiest way out, unfortunately, it's kind of the farthest from the easiest way out on the 2nd floor. There are some ways out on the 2nd floor.
I mean, including windows and those types of exits.
You think, well, unfortunately, I mean, there's not really some windows on this one. There is one option in the next to if you went up a little bit closer that you could, but you'd have to break a window because it was like plate glass type stuff. It wasn't a window you could open.
Right. But I mean,
that would put you on top of the roof, the clear windowed plate glass roof of the foyer where all the battling's going on.
Oh, that wouldn't put me out by the parking lot.
I mean, you could eventually get down to the parking lot from there, but yeah, not directly. You'd have to hop onto that roof first and then work your way down.
Okay, Sila creates a veil so that she, shakes off her potted plant form, reassumes, just for the sake of propriety, reassumes the barista, and then throws up a veil. So she's invisible as the barista, just in case, because she's paranoid. And, I mean, probably. And her plan is to book it through the lobby, like run the parkour style over across the walls if she has to. She's not gonna do stuff. Not getting fancy if there's a clear path, but like if there's toadmen or something in her way, she's definitely gonna just vault over them to try to get to the exit. She doesn't want to spend any time in front of Rosevides that she doesn't have to. She's not excited about that at all. But that's the plan.
All right. Give me an athletics roll.
Make it a good one. Okay. I'll take it. That is going to be a +6. That was a good roll.
That's an excellent roll. So
If I get the plus for my sprinting, right? Because I'm sprinting.
yes.
And one last thing. I may have to incur penalties for this, so I need to tell you. Sela's had a bad night, and she's not happy about things. And sometimes when Sela gets stressed, she gets sticky fingers. So if there's anything valuable, like anything at all, that might be worth Sela's attention, she's taken it. I mean, maybe like one or two things, just on her way out. Like, just if it's easy and it's there, she's no longer abiding by the rules of polite society. She'll lift wallets if she runs past them, take jewelry off people, Rolexes. I mean, this was a gala and there's a lot of dead people in the lobby. So, like, she's not going to spend time rifling through anybody, but she's definitely picking stuff up.
Is this kleptotherapy?
Yes. Yes, it is. Can't help it. It's her heritage. And, you know, Sela has the skills to pay the bills, so she can do this like it's nothing.
Sure. So are you invoking that for a plus like 8 on your thing as you do this, or what?
Yeah.
Okay. So Sela, so spend your fate point.
Oh, I have to spend a fate point to invoke that?
If you want to invoke it, yes.
I just got 2. I'll do it. I'll take 1.
I'm flush with fate points. Why not spend them now? This is just the first encounter. Okay. So
That's not this at all.
I don't know how this works. Like
Sela forms the barista, takes barista form, which I forget. Candace. Candace is the name of the barista. My notes have served me well. Good job. So suddenly you're in Starbucks uniform with your little Candace name tag.
She's Candace dressed like she's going to a gala.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
Candace at the gala. She's invisible.
Yes.
And she starts whipping up the hallway like a gust of wind.
Yes.
Turns around the corner, skids into the main hallway, ducks down just as a lion leaps over her and crashes into a toad man. She keeps running, grabs a tablecloth off of one of the fallen tables and whirls it up in the air. So this tablecloth just suddenly whips up from the gust of wind, goes onto a toad man, which Sela uses to vault herself, kind of rolling over this toad man. She rolls on the floor, and as she's sitting there, there's one of the party goers from earlier when the vampires first broke in, just tore out of the front door, dropping her purse. And Sela grabs this purse, keeps running while she's rifling through it, tossing out a few worthless things, grabs a billfold and a cell phone, and what's something else of value that you would like?
An emerald bracelet.
A what?
An emerald bracelet.
Why is her bracelet inside the purse and not on her arm?
It's a tennis bracelet, and it was catching on her dress and snagging it, so she took it off.
All right, so you've got that as well. And then you drop the purse right as you run out the front door. And
I don't drop the purse. It's Michael Kors. I take it with me.
Okay. You put all the stuff back in the purse after having sorted through it, and there you are in the front.
I'm glad we agreed.
All right. And that means it is Gideon's turn.
Okay, so I guess I see the toad eat Travis, which is a problem.
That is a problem.
That's yet another complication in a series of complications.
No complication, okay, Gideon? Like, just, I need you to back up. There were lions.
How did you get this old without experiencing complications?
He's very simple.
How did you survive 17 years with that mouth?
Or rather, since
Exactly.
I'm stuck inside the toad, how did you get this old without experiencing complications?
Just kick him.
If you got time, listen, Travis. If you have time to talk, you have time to get yourself out of a toad.
You got time to talk, you have time to punch.
Right. So,
If you can dodge a tongue, you can dodge a ball.
that's pretty much. I'm not sure I can fight one-handed carrying Kit.
He's just dazed. You're kind of just shoving him at this point.
It's true. Oh, that's true. So I'm gonna kind of push Kit in the direction of the car, draw my sword, and try to stab this toad in a place that might kill it and not also puncture Travis in the belly. So, like maybe the head area.
Okay, this so let me set up the scene for you. You're looking outside this gift shop door. You're standing in the doorway with Kit. And 2 zones away to your left is your car behind the bollards. And 2 zones away to your right, in a different zone from the car, is this toad that's grappling with Travis.
Travelus.
Travelus. You tell Kit to get in the car?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to push Kit towards the car and say, "Get in." And then I'm gonna try to go to Travis.
All right. Kit says, "No problem, man." And although he stumbles a little bit, it doesn't look very smooth as he was expecting. He vaults. He vaults over one of the railings from the handicap thing and kind of stumbles his way over the car and hops in.
It's never as smooth as he was expecting.
Yeah.
Now, I realize Kit's an NPC today, but I'm fairly certain in the spirit of Kit, he would immediately start driving away.
No.
I hadn't said which door he had gone in, but yes, he hops in the side passenger door and is already sliding over into the driver's seat.
If he gets away, I can probably catch him.
If he steals my car, I'm just gonna kill him.
I mean, I'm okay with that, but if he gets away, I can probably catch him and bring it back.
And if not, you can steal the car back?
Right. I mean, definitely I can steal the car back. That's not a question. Also, he has the thing that cost, like, this whole night is because of the thing.
All right, I'm gonna spend a fate point to say that as he's sliding to invoke my high concept.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell Kit to not even think about leaving before we're in the car.
Okay. So you've told him that.
As he shifts it into gear.
Yeah. It's like, good to know.
Just for clarity's sake, what is your high concept?
He can't tell us.
I'm not telling you.
No?
It's a secret.
Secret.
Secrets don't make friends.
You're not a friend.
Clearly.
You're a hungry teenager. I don't know anything about you.
No, the high concept is like seeing the future.
Okay.
So he foresaw the fact that Kit was
It was going to try to take off with the car.
He was going to try to take off with the car, and
Yeah,
threatened him not to.
Yeah.
Do you want to? Well, why don't you make for this turn? If you want that to work, you can give me an intimidation check, and you can get +2 on it because it's like you read his mind.
Okay.
Everyone knows what Kid is going to do before he knows he's going to do it.
100%.
Apparently,
Yes.
it's been a weird night. How about this?
I'm listening.
How about instead of an intimidation check, I do a deceit check, and make him think that if he tries to drive away, the car will explode. Or eat him or something.
So you tell him I've put a bomb and I've wired my car to explode in case that it ever gets far enough away from me.
No, it's like a James Bond thing. It's like
you like bring out a pin and like if I click this, that car explodes.
Q has wired the car so that it's like specific to Gideon's butt cheeks, and if Gideon is not driving, then all bets are off and bad things happen. It goes haywire.
I am even less comfortable with this creepy man's car.
It only matters in the driver's seat.
All right, Gideon, what do you tell him?
I'm going to try a deceit check and tell him that that if he tries to steal my car, I will find him and make his life very unpleasant.
Oh, you're not going with the.
That doesn't sound like a lie to me. That sounds like a threat.
Yeah, that's.
Except as a lie, because I probably won't do that.
You just said if he steals your car, you're gonna kill him.
Yeah, that was out of character.
Literally, this was seconds ago.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that. No, that's fine. Yeah, it's a deceit check to make him think that if he takes the car, that something bad will happen to him.
I mean, we low-key made a plan to murder him. Like.
Okay, I'll let you roll it. I'll let you roll it as deceit, but it's going to be modified by your intimidation. So you're at -1 for this second, or you're +1 overall.
+1 overall. All right, I'll take that because that's better than my intimidation.
Sure. Well, but you also get an extra 2 for your. Are you still invoking your high concept on this sucker?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Okay.
So I'm at +2 overall.
+3.
+3. Okay. That'll work for me. Good. I got a +3.
All right. So you're pretty sure. You're pretty sure Kit's pretty shaken by this, by this threat of something bad's going to happen if he drives away without you. So he gets in the car, and instead of sliding over into the driver's seat, he starts to slide, and then he sort of pauses, and he's trying to decide between which to do, and he looks out to see how you guys are faring as he tries to decide which is going to be worse, this unknown terror of all the awful that will happen to him, or the whatever's going on to you guys. And then it's Travis's turn. Travis, you are inside a toad's mouth.
Is my body entirely inside or just part of my body?
Just kind of your head and your shoulder and your upper chest on that's connected to that shoulder. One arm is kind of wedged in.
Okay. Travis is not happy. This stupid frog smells really bad. You know, I thought they smelled bad on the outside. So I would like to, in as cramped a space as I can. Fortunately, Travis has the experience from the different pit fights and the raids on the Fae that he had to do as being part of the cult. Travis has the experience of tight situations, shall we say. And so he's, you know, while it requires a little bit of contortion, he's not overly concerned. And I would like to use my Flame Spike rote spell and to try to burn this frog from the outside, from the inside out, like I did with the Hogman.
Okay. Let me make sure you can.
I have 1 mental stress left.
No, I'm talking about from within this guy's. He's got you grappled.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You can try it. Go for it.
Okay. I don't remember, I'm afraid, what my modifiers are or what that puts my numbers at. It says, my road spell says shifts 5, and so does that mean it's +5?
It's gonna make your attack a weapon 5 attack.
Okay.
Um,
And I roll fists, is that right? Or is it actually
fist the target.
Okay.
That's correct.
And so it's a +3 on fists, the fists roll.
Okay, so you go to burn the toad from the inside out, and you figure a nice you like knocking the first one out, so you aim for its head, but just like above where not hitting yourself, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And your fist actually, you not being able to see, you actually swing too far and you miss him. And it wings over his head, and the little fireball goes flying off into the grass where it scorches it.
Now, is this both of my fists, or is this just a single swing? Because couldn't my fist inside the frog do damage?
Usually how it works when you eat something really spicy.
It does, make more sense if I'm trying to burn it from the inside out that I would use the fist that's probably already inside the frog.
A spicy meatball.
Oh, I see. I misunderstood what you were saying. Okay, you go to do that, and then the toad like belches right as you do it, and it disrupts your concentration, and the spell just kind of goes poof.
Okay, the spell fizzles.
Yeah, spell fizzles. And then
Do I still take a mental stress for that spell?
You still take the mental stress, yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then you take then the toad kind of like resituates you in his mouth, and you take 2 physical stress.
Okay.
But you feel like he was going to resituate you in a way where he would have a stronger hold on you. But maybe it's the belch, maybe it's your fizzling spell, maybe it's something else, but the final result is actually, it feels like it'd be a lot easier to clamber out of his mouth at this point. He's kind of got you in an awkward position for him to hold on to you pretty well.
Okay.
Sela, you're standing at the front door, and you see this. You see somebody's legs outside of a giant toad man's mouth. And the toad man's like resituating the legs. Gideon's off to your left. And you can see the kit inside Gideon's car, looking out at you guys.
Well, legs inside a toad man's mouth sounds like 18 kinds of not my problem. Maybe even a Baskin Robbins sundae of not my problem. I don't even know how many flavors of not my problem that is. I was told, get the kit and come to the car. I got the kit. The kit is in the car. I got the thing. The thing is in the car. I am getting in the car. Gideon is safe, right? He's safe.
I mean, I'm safer than Travis.
I mean, I don't know who Travis is, so I mean, like, you're not facing off against Toadmen, right?
No, I'm all right. I mean, we might. Travis is kind of mouthy anyway. We just want to leave him.
All right. I mean, I'm down. So I feel like it's the car. She wants to go to the car. She's pretty irritated that the kid is riding shotgun. That's not cool, man. What's happening?
I'm trying to get a picture.
It's working. Yes, that.
Run from the toads. You couldn't even find an animated GIF, man.
Nope,
Ah.
sorry.
Did
And they're called GIFs.
say-
Every time you say GIF, my
I know, like it hurts my brain.
We
Oh.
all deserve fate points for your sin.
Seriously.
The guy who invented them agrees with me.
No, but
Yeah,
he's
but he can be
wrong.
wrong
It's
but he's
too.
wrong.
All right.
GIF.
So you run into the car, Sela. Give me an athletics check. It's actually more than a zone away to get into it.
Is that a problem?
No,
Yeah.
you just need an athletics check.
Not
Can
for
I
you.
use an
You're-
athletics check to shove Kit into the back seat through the middle? Like, you know that little space between the two front seats? Like, she just kind of wants to shove him into the back seat.
Make your roll.
She wants to ride shotgun. I'll make my roll. She's feeling pretty good about life. You know, that's a mediocre roll. And with the sprinting, that's a +4, so...
You do. You run down right past these kicking legs coming out of this toad man's mouth, which
I mean,
is great.
she's invisible, so no one sees this. But
Yeah.
the track...
But you see this. You see these kicking legs. You run right past it. You whirl around the bollard. Kit had left the door open, and you just slide right in there, and you just kind of shove him. It's not enough to get him fully into the back, but now he kind of looks like the back seat's the toad's mouth, and he's the legs kicking up in the air, just like that. So you're surrounded by young men's butts with kicking legs, basically, during this entire sprint.
Not as exciting for Celia as she would like it to be, but yeah, it is what it is. She got shotgun, and that's the important thing. That's what matters.
It is what it is. Kit
She
kind of
lifts her veil, so she's sitting there as the barista.
All right, so Kit pulls his legs. He continues tumbling over. And then he pops his head up and he goes, "Who the heck are you?"
Are you the Kit?
He says, "Yeah, I'm Kit Rhodes."
Kit, what road?
No, Kit Rhodes. My last name is Rhodes.
Which roads? It's so important.
Plural.
Yeah, it's a valid question.
It is a valid question. Cut to Gideon.
Okay.
Gideon, all is proceeding as you have foreseen. Your intimidation caused Kit just enough hesitation that
He got
Sela
struck.
knocked him out of the danger zone of driving away with your car.
Everything's working. Excellent. Okay. I just got to get Travis out of the toad, right?
Yeah, that's the only thing preventing you from leaving is Travis stuck in this toad man. Although it looks like the toad does not have a real great grip on him anymore. When it damaged him, when it went to bite on him, it sort of got lodged in his throat or something.
So is he? Oh yeah, he's just legs sticking out, right?
Yeah.
So to the rules on potions, if I want to just magically, I left the potion slots open, but to make sure to pull the right potion out, I have to make a lore check, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I want to try to reach into my bag and pull out, or whatever, and pull out a one of those stunning potions.
Okay.
The sand. All right. So that's +4 total on the roll for the lore to have it.
Okay. You got it.
Okay. And I'm going to, I guess, okay. So I'm going to try to run up to the toad and throw the stunning sand on it to stun it so we can pull Travis out.
All right. Give me an athletics check.
And athletics check. Okay. +1.
All right. You've got you kind of have a hard time getting yourself over the handicap rail, and rather than run all the way around to go down, you kind of vault over it, but you stumble, and so you haven't quite reached the toad.
Okay.
Travis, it's your turn.
It's my turn, and I would like to.
This toad man has a terrible hold on you right now. It's -2 to hold you. If you roll better than that on a might check, you can pop out.
Well, if that's the case, popping out seems like a good idea because eventually I probably want to breathe. So
Yep.
I will do that. I will go ahead and make a might check. I prefer to make an athletics check, but I'll settle for a might check. And I rolled a -1, which still beats a -2, darn it.
Still beats a -2. So you shove yourself out of this toad. And now you're standing there in front of him. Sela, you see this happen. It's your turn.
So somebody shoves himself out of a toad?
Yeah, the guy right there in the headlights. It's just like on full display. The kicking legs suddenly becomes an emerging young teenage boy. Describe yourself, Travis.
Young teenage boy. Not young teenage boy. I am young, and I'm a teenage boy. I'm probably 16, black hair. I picture the majority of the clothes I'm wearing are dark, but I don't think I have a particular motif that I'm going for with the clothes. It's just kind of, random clothing. He's wearing a t-shirt and jeans and what appear to be combat boots. And he looks really, really pissed as slime drips down his face.
And he's got he's got some scarring on his arms.
As the light and slime illuminate his body, he appears to have these oddly trends. It's hard to tell if they're scars. They almost look like scars, but they seem too almost deliberate to be just scars, kind of circling his arms in ornate patterns.
Okay, Sela has seen some things. Does she know what those are?
Roll lore.
Yep. Let me find my lore skill. Yeah, that's gonna be a +2. Is that what you look like?
That's slime covered. I don't have a picture of a guy slime covered, so.
Pretty sure that's what, Sailor Neptune or Pluto?
That would be Aqua.
Oh, sorry. Not up on the fandom. I just watched it back in college.
No, it's all good. It's a different show. She
Wait.
literally got spit out of a toad.
Okay, I was gonna say that's not a picture of your character, right?
No.
No, I was like, that seriously looks like Sailor Neptune, though.
So Sela, you hang out in a lot of with a lot of sort of you've hung out in sketchy areas, people who are less or with your circus troupe, people who are less mainstream
Yeah, definitely.
than others. And so as such, it looks to you it looks to you like they're tribal tattoos, and they're not tattoos in the traditional sense of a tattoo with ink, but tattoo in terms of scarring. So he strikes you as a bit of a rebel and someone who's wanting to express himself in that way.
Okay, so like ritual scarification, and he's dressed like a goth, and he just came out of a toad. I don't really.
What do you do at parties?
Sela doesn't go to parties usually. If Sela's at a party, probably not a party you want to be at.
Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
black orc vampires, toadmen, and lions, and
Right? So I guess Sela just kind of, she turns on the heated seat that she knows is for passengers, like front seat passengers only in this car. She pushes that button and she asks the kit, "Do you know this toad snack person?"
Kit says, "Yeah, that's Travis. What's he doing here? We dropped him off at the red door."
You dropped him off at the red
Stupid.
door? That's he's like a larvae. Like, that's not an adult person.
Yeah, he seemed like it was okay. He was invited. He had a letter.
seemed like a good idea at the time.
He had a whoa. Let's go back to the letter. He had a letter from what to what?
I mean, if you've got a letter from the Thane of the Second Ward, then you're going to be okay.
He had a letter from Baron Ricky?
Yeah, that sounds like the guy's name. Yeah.
Sela just yells out the car, "Gideon, get in here. It is
Here.
time to go. Go.
Be right with you.
Go now."
It's your turn, Gideon.
Okay, we're gonna keep running towards the toad. So he got himself out of the toad, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He's still there, standing next to it, but yes, he's out of the toad.
Okay, I'm gonna run to the toad and try to stun it so we can leave.
Okay. Roll weapons to target your stun potion.
Okay.
Which is not actually a potion; it is sand.
Yes, it's pocket sand.
It's pocket sand.
Pocket sand.
So is it just like a handful of sand? Do you have a pouch that you unfurl? How does this look?
It's
It's lint.
Or do you like literally reach in your pocket and you've just got sand in there and it just comes pouring out as you try to fling some? I mean, what's the deal here?
Yeah, I kind of like reach into a pocket and pull out a handful of sand. Or
All right.
Yeah, it's basically pocket sand.
Basically pocket.
And yeah, somebody's playing it.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. That
I
was
gotta mute my mic.
Yeah, okay, so the weapons roll to target it is a +1. No, sorry. +3 total.
Okay, that's enough to hit with your sand. You get the toad right in its face, and it just sort of it like reacts for a second from the sand to its face, and then it just sort of sits there, kind of motionless.
You should get definitely bonus points for the video. That was good. That was some grade A pocket sand right there.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at Travis and say, "Let's go. It's time to leave."
And it's your turn, Travis.
I'm really, really pissed at this frog, but I also kind of agree. Can I make a maneuver to run to the car? And as I'm running to the car, I'd like to kick the frog out of spite. I'm not trying to cause damage. It's just a maneuver, but I still want to kick him out of spite because I'm pissed at him.
Yes, if you do that, you'll be able to go over to the car but not get in it this round.
I'm right next to the frog. I can't kick him on the way.
Not with being able to, it'll prevent you from sprinting.
Okay. I run and glare at the frog as I sprint all the way to the car and get in.
All right. The frog doesn't seem to notice. Give me your athletics roll.
+4.
All right, you easily clamber into the driver's side backseat passenger. And there you see Kit. And Kit's like, "Hey, Travis." He waves.
Can I roll to violently roll my eyes?
No, violently rolling your eyes is a free action.
Awesome. In that case, I violently roll my eyes.
Sela does too. Like, so hard.
Like one of the windows breaks. It's that hard.
Yeah.
Sela, are you going to do anything on your turn?
Not if Gideon is getting in the car. No.
Yeah, that's
All right.
that's the plan.
Gideon, you're standing there on the and give me a lore roll.
Okay. +7.
Really?
Yep.
All right, I'm not gonna even bother rolling then.
Epic.
Some things I just know.
Oh no! Wait. Yeah, okay. I didn't get +4 on the dice. Okay. You're Gideon. You're starting to move towards the car, and then you pause. You take 3 steps to the right. Right as behind you, breaking through the glass, is the shattering of glass. Sela, you've got this great vision of it. Gideon's walking towards you and towards the car. And then behind him, up above the doorways, some more of the glass breaks, and out comes flying a Black Court vampire. And this glass and shards and stuff, they're heading all directly towards Gideon. Gideon takes 2 steps to the right, neatly sidestepping it. The vampire, which doesn't seem to be in control of this leap, and actually, as you see closer, has been thrown, goes headfirst into one of the bollards, smashing up into it, crushing its skull, and then it just goes limp and it's lying on the ground. And that's you share this one moment right before it happens where you and it's the last time you see the face of Janet Wetherington. And it's like you share this gaze between the two of you, and then she smashes into the bollard and she's no more. Gideon, give me an athletics roll to get into the car.
It's time to go right now. Right now.
That's a -1.
Sela will reach in and pull him. Like, bolstered by that, Sela's freaked out because she is probably paranoid.
Oh, what if I do this? What if I, let me see. Let me make another lore roll to see if I can reach in for the next potion. And,
okay.
For the speed potion. Could I drink a speed potion and get to the car at the same time?
If Sela helps haul you in, yes.
Okay.
Sela will help haul you in. Like, Sela will just get out of the car, run, shove you in, and then get back in the car herself. She can do that. You don't even have to drink a speed potion unless it makes you.
He'll need the potion to get off the ground fast enough from his original roll.
Okay, so that's a +4 on the lore roll.
Okay, yeah, you've got it. Just go ahead and make sure you make a notation that you've used 2 of your potions.
Yep.
Because it'll take a while to make new ones.
Do you need a roll for me?
No, you're just assisting him. You did not you didn't do anything on your turn, so I'm assuming your turn was assisting. So he gets a +2 from that. He gets a +2 from the potion, so his -1 goes to +3, and that is enough for him to get into the driver's seat and take off. Y'all are gone. Y'all successfully escape. He jerks the wheel around, floors it. Tires are screeching. And he drives the car away. And in the taillights, as Travis continues glaring at the toad kind of blinks and shakes its head and then looks around in confusion, not realizing what's happened in the meantime.
Once we're exiting the parking lot, Sela shakes off her barista and becomes Sela that Gideon knows, and grins madly through the crazy driving. She's not phased. She didn't even care. Like, that's awesome. He's happy about it.
And from the back seat, Kit shakes his head as he looks at it and he goes, "What the?" And that's where we'll end for tonight.
Cool.
All right. Good job, guys. We've gotten out of the museum. And we've got the party
Hooray!
all in one location.
So, and the party is in one location.
Well, most of the party.
And we have the
No.
thing.
Too.
Yeah.
He's just not here tonight, but he's there.
Well, we've also got the fifth who was taken by Blackboard vampires.
Yes, unfortunately our NPC Caitlin has been stolen by the Blackhorde vampire. So
Oh, was she NPC? I didn't realize.
yep.
Okay.
So, what's the thing?
What?
The seed?
What's the seed? That's I'm sure will be of much discussion next week.
All right. Oh,
We'll finally get some story next week.
Finally, we'll get out of combat and get into some story. All right,
Now
I'm
that
going to
we've
stop the
dug ourselves
broadcast
out
now,
of a
unless
hole.
you guys have some announcement or something. All right.